Full speech from heart to heart, transcending all generations. I'm partly from the 20th and hopefully still partly 21st century, so I think we also learned a lot. As a musician and student of music and life itself, I would like to hear your thoughts on the role of music and arts in the education of the heart. It might be silence as well, because I think always there is music in silence, and the best music has a lot of silence. Thank you.
Naturally, you're a musician, so this question is very relevant to you. But I'm not a musician, so I don't know. So sorry. I think your question asked wrong person. I don't know. And anyway, this sort of artistic work, I think one important instrument, or true kasa that mean, the ranking channel, medium or channel, music, songs, you see, much depend on the meaning. If you carry the meaning, some sort of inner peace, harmony, sameness of humanity, sometimes you see through music, through songs, may affect more. If you see music, songs, you see, they carry the meaning of too much nationalism, too much hatred, then very harmful. That much I know, otherwise I don't know. Then next question. Next question.
Good afternoon, sir. It is said that happiness comes from within. We all crave for happiness. If it is within us, why can't we always be happy?
Now, pleasure, happiness, there are two different categories. One, mainly physical level. Seeing something nice, hearing something nice, taste, smell, kasa, touch. These are sensorial consciousness, sensorial experiences. It's a certain mental joyfulness, happiness, satisfaction come through these sensorial level, is not long-lasting and not very important. There's certain sort of satisfaction or joyfulness through mental level that can remain long-lasting and more important, because obviously physical illness. Now here I think example, the physical level, I think sometimes when it's the sun too hot, you feel uncomfortable, physical level. But mental level, if you feel interest, if you feel fresh, then physical uncomfortable certainly can subdue by mental sort of satisfaction, mental joyfulness. Clear? Now, other hand, mental worry, mental sort of pain, never subdue by physical comfort. Clear? So, the experience on mental level is much more important, superior. I think modern life, the materialistic life, really seems to see too much because of consider the importance of sensorial level experiences. So I think one sort of example, the people, when they concentrate about mind, they cannot remain there even a few minutes, impossible. And those people who have no experience or no knowledge about inner value, Then, without seeing television or without hearing some music, their life becomes very boring. These are the lack of experience and the lack of knowledge about our inner value. Clear? Then, the overall joyfulness, happiness, I usually consider very purpose of our life is happy life. Reason is quite simple. Our life very much depends on hope. No guarantee, but only hope. Hope means for good, something best, something good. Once you see people really lost hope, give up hope, then that very mental attitude shorten our life. At worst case, even suicide. So therefore, we can say very purpose of our exist is for happiness. Person who have more mental peace, more happier, then the physical become much healthier. And eventually live longer. Clear? So like that. So therefore, I think so happiness is our right to achieve happy life. So very purpose of your education for happiness, not for trouble. Isn't it? So now the question is, I think it is important to make distinction. Sensorial level, mental level. Sensorial level, no, I think generally speaking, no sort of negative emotion. These destructive emotion and constructive emotion are mental level, not conscious level. Clear? Sensorial sort of level experience like that. So pay more attention about that.
I have always been speaking the prayer Om Mani Padme Hum, but without actually knowing what it means. I have been asking this question to many of my elders, but I failed to get the answer. So, what does it mean?
Prayer and also recitation of mantra. Just to simply repeat the sound, not much help. And particularly, Om Mani Padme Hum is one Buddhist mantra. So, the whole Buddhist system is utilize human intelligence maximum way, through that way transform our emotion. That's Buddhist way of approach. The other also tradition, most of these theistic religion, mainly through faith, through prayer to God, to Creator. It also immense powerful, wonderful thing. All major religious tradition, carry same message or same practice. That's practice of love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, self-discipline, same. Then most of the theistic religions, prayer is most important part. Buddha stated, you are your own master. Your future entirely depends on yourself. So, in Buddhism, Buddha taught study is very, very important. Knowledge is very important. In order to utilize human intelligence fully, we have to know how to use. And in order to utilize, you must know the mental function, mental system, these things, as I mentioned before. So, you pay more attention, study what is the Buddhist system. Then, with understanding about the whole system, transformation of our mind, with that sort of clear sort of full of knowledge, and ultimate aim and sincere motivation, then carry recitation of this mantra is very useful. Clear? No? Om Mani Padme Hum. Of course, I don't know whether relevant explain here or not, I don't know. But you see the six syllables, Om Mani Padme Hum. So Om, that sort of mantra is common, Buddhism and also many different Hinduism, Om. But here Buddhists explain, Om here three letters are Om. That represent our body, mind, speech. So there are actually two levels, body, speech, mind, impure level, that creates, that's the basis of suffering. So therefore, the experiencer, pains and pleasure, the body, mind, mainly body and mind, transform into pure, pleasant, ever pleasant body and mind. You see, the body, mind, and then automatically speech also. So that represent Om. Om represent impure level, impure part, and pure part. Now, how to transform impure part into pure? Right. Three impure, transform into pure three. Then money and padme. Money means jewel. Here, jewel meaning altruism, infinite altruism. Then Padma. Padma means wisdom. So, altruism and wisdom combine. That represents Hum. Hum carry meaning of combination. Altruism and wisdom combine. Through that way, that's the proper way, method to purify three impure in order to become pure three, body, speech, and mind. Clear? Like that. Next question.
Tashdile sir, what is important, to be religious or a good human? Is it important to be religious when there is such a turmoil around the world over religion?
I think the very purpose of religion is to produce sensible human being, more compassionate human being. That's why all major religious traditions always talk love and compassion, forgiveness, these things. So therefore, person without religion simply try to become sensible human being, warm-hearted human being, then very good. Recently, I saw one report. Out of 7 billion human beings, about 1 billion human beings, formally they consider non-believer. Then, out of 6 billion human beings, suppose believer, but among those believers, a lot of mischievous sort of people there. Religion become lip service, not really implement in their daily life. So that is clearly a sign. Suppose they follow religion, but without genuine sort of effort for improve themselves. Otherwise, you see, religious believer must be honest, truthful, compassionate. Then religious people even sometimes use religion to create more problem, to gain some benefit to oneself. Sometimes religion creates more sense of we and they. Actually, that is, I think, source of problem. Even within family, if you create some kind of barrier, they and we, then eventually distrust, anger, and one side also, you see, eventually create loneliness. So, once we develop strong sort of self, regardless of no consider about other, then automatically that person become lonely, in deep inside, lonely feeling. That creates depression. Think more other. As human brothers, sisters, that attitude reduce distance, that reduce, or say because of the suspicion. When you develop genuine sense of concern of others' well-being, then no room of anger, no room of hatred, no room of fear. So these things, no matter what person believes religion or not, these are something very, very important. So therefore, I think these basic values, basic principles are more important than ceremony or just ritual things. Like that. If anyone who really develop full conviction through their own experience, these deeper value, then all these religion, you see, use different method in order to promote this inner value. Then you can see real religious value. And with that conviction, follow religion is good. Without that conviction, accept religion, sometimes I describe religion also teach us hypocrisy. Saying nice thing, love, compassion, God, these things. But in daily life, not much concern about these things. We Buddhists also, sometimes you see, saying very nice things, but doing just like ordinary people. So that's a hypocrisy, isn't it? Next question.
Good afternoon, sir. You have a very busy schedule. How do you manage to get time for yourself? Do you aspire for some private moments?
Oh, each night, 8-9 hours sleep. Relax. I get up about around 3 morning. Then some meditation, some mainly analytical meditation. Analyze myself, about mind, about body, about feeling, about other, about troublemaker, about your friend, and the whole phenomena. Analyze. What's the nature? Well, try to develop holistic view. That very, very helpful. And then, of course, including recitation of Om Mani Padme Hum. Also, I recite, of course, daily. Add some other mantras, some other sort of visualizations. And it take about my sort of meditation, take about 5 hours every day. So, then meeting, talk, like that. And all these, my activities, you see, carried with motivation. I dedicate my body, speech, mind, well-being of others as a Buddhist practitioner. So that really brings some kind of satisfaction here. So I have, I think, plenty of time for relaxed way.
Long live His Holiness. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
So my question is, why it is important to educate the heart? Why not to the brain?
As I mentioned earlier, wisdom is kind of intelligence. That mainly comes from brain. modern existing education very much helpful to develop that. That alone not sufficient. Therefore, we must pay more attention about education of warm-heartedness. Those troublemakers, as far as their brain is concerned, very smart. But because, you see, lack of moral ethics and no hesitate to harm other people, kill other people. These people, even history, past history, those, I think, are the people who really now become Kasoda, history sort of figure, something very merciless sort of people. As far as their brain is concerned, many of them very smart. So education alone, or knowledge alone, whether can be constructive or destructive, not very sure. And personally also, great sort of educated person, sometimes a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and loneliness, and suspicion. So brain education will not eliminate or reduce these things, only warm-heartedness. Next question.
Good afternoon, sir. You are revered the world over as a guru. Sir, would you be kind enough to tell us whom do you consider as your guru?
Guru, of course, I have 18 different gurus. That means teacher. Or, as I mentioned earlier, around 6-7 years old, I already started study. So teacher, there are sort of the teaching subject, right? Teaching subject, all those great Indian philosopher or thinkers sort of writing. And these also, you see, spiritual teacher. So therefore, these I consider my guru. Then, person who I have some sort of admiration, of course, Mahatma Gandhi ji. Then, Mahatma Gandhi ji I never met, but Dr. Rajendra Prasad, first Indian president, oh, wonderful person. Although I didn't sort of receive any sort of spiritual teaching or something, but a wonderful person. I have great admiration, respect. Then, some others, of course, some European leaders, like President Havel, Czechoslovakia, a wonderful person. And something, and Willy Brandt, I admire him, like that. So there are some people. Then as a human being, I consider Mao Zedong also is a great person, great revolutionary person. Like that. Oh, next question.
I want to ask you that can peace be attained by force? As in our class, teachers tell us to be quiet. How do we at our age address quietness as a step towards peace?
Peace or violence or non-peace, right? Mainly related with mental level. Now, for example, violence and non-violence, ultimate demarcation, violence, non-violence is not based on action, verbal action, physical action, but based on motivation, more compassionate motivation. No matter what appearances about physical action, verbal action, so long, the compassionate motivation there is non-violence. Other hand, a nice word or sort of physically smile and including some gift and a lot of praising, nice word. But motivation, try to cheat, try to deceive that person, try to take advantage or try to exploit that person is essentially violence. Clear? So now peace means not just, you see, no sound, remain like that, and worst thing, out of fear. Teacher carried disciplinary measure, and if you make noise, some kind of disciplinary action, that peace is out of fear, not genuine peace. Peace must come from voluntarily, with certain conviction. No matter what sort of external sort of appearances, but inside, mental level, complete peace, calm. And peace, mental peace and self-confidence, inner strength is very, very connected. Right? Combination, like that. Clear? So I also, when I carry study, sometimes you see my teacher shows a little bit of negative face, then I also looks more peaceful. That is out of fear, not a genuine peace. As soon as teacher gone, oh, you may shout like that. So that was use. Something, any action must come from conviction. That means from volunteer. So all this good action, out of compulsory way, not very effective. Must come through volunteer, from conviction. Next question.
Good afternoon, sir. We are all inspired by people in our lives. May I know, sir, by whom have you been inspired and how?
I think I have keen interest about quantum physics. So that subject, I have real admiration about Professor David Bohm and also Professor von Weizsäcker. I learned, I think, number of lessons from these two teachers. I consider my tutor about quantum physics. I want to tell you, then I usually describe as a student of these two professors about quantum physics, I usually describe hopeless student. Reason, when they explaining about quantum physics, it seems I understand something. After finish that lesson, nothing left here. So that means hopeless student. Then of course, Mahatma Gandhi about non-violence, and then also the Kasachuti, Mr. Kazadi, South Africa, Nelson Mandela. Oh, wonderful! I had opportunity meeting him. Then Bishop Tutu, very religious-minded, but after their sort of democratic sort of was a change, he carried, I think, serious sort of effort about reconciliation. I really admire these things, like that.
Good afternoon, sir. You have been to different places in the world and have interacted with people from all over the world. Sir, according to you, what is that one thing which can solve the problems of different societies in the world?
I think that is difficult to say. I think mainly problem related with mind, emotion. So, different mental disposition. So we have to deal with in order to reduce, the destructive emotion, you have to deal the person according his or her mental disposition. So it is difficult to say. One single sort of word. I think basically love, compassion. I usually describe that's the universal religion. And we also, biologically, we have that potential. Because now here, I think you young student, when you have holiday, vacation, meeting your mother, I think that's best period of joyfulness, isn't it? Or Christmas or Diwali, some sort of the kasa presents, right? Presents. To Diwali or Christmas come next few days, then you may have some kind of excitement, isn't it? So you see, we human beings, biologically, we love showing others the affection. This does not come from religion. Even animal, if we show our affection, our love, they appreciate. These are biological factors. Because we need love, affection. Our very life starts through that way. Entire people here, or 7 billion human beings, all come from mother. So therefore, we grown up, mother's affection, mother's milk. Those people who received maximum affection from mother or from friends at young age, that person, rest of the life, much happier. Deep insight, more self-confidence. Those people who, no matter how successful life, no matter how rich, no matter how powerful person, but in deep insight, if the person received less affection, care from their mother, I think whole life, deep insight, some kind of sense of insecurity. That creates fear. That eventually, you see, often easily develop fear. Like that. So these are not come from religion, but biologically. Affection, we already equipped it. Now what we should do is, when we gradually grown up, we must educate. We must nurture these basic human value which come from biological factor. Like that. So therefore, I think love, compassion, sense of concern of others' well-being, that biologically already equipped there. Then, through education, further sort of nurture and use the certain good thing from biological factor that further promote through our knowledge. That we can do. So, as I mentioned already, you see, educate about warm-heartedness is very, very essential. Because it's a basic sort of, the concept is love is very, very important in human society. And naturally, we are social animal. Bring together, not by force, but by affection. That's very relevant as a social animal. So to bring together, not by anger. Anger expel. Love bring together. Clear, like that. And physically also, some modern sort of scientists, I think mainly medical scientists, constant fear, constant anger, hatred actually eating our immune system. So more compassionate mind here, the blood pressure reduce, amount of stress also reduce, like that. So these are scientific sort of research, scientific finding, like that. Good?